social media,
Yeah.
it's a way of communication.
Mm.
Now is the wall. How much you can say, I want to close it and I want to go that way for it. There will be a way you will need it.
Yeah.
You can be influenced.
Yeah.
It isn't just how you use it. You can be influenced to use it in a negative light.
Yeah.
Because there is definitely like really bad and toxic ideas being
100%.
pursued on social media.
Yeah. Can't say social media as a whole is bad because no, it's not. It wasn't meant to be a place where people can catfish other people and I don't know. Hello and welcome to voiceofaroha's third youth talk. My name's Arthi. Today I'm here with Maria and Kodrian. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well. How about you, Maria?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good as well, and I'm very excited because this is my first youth talk. And today's topic is something that is so relevant to me and people of my age. And just in general, we're going to be talking about social media, its effect on young people, their mental health, and the way that they now interact with other people. So I think this is a pretty cool topic. What do you think, Maria?
I think it is very complex,
Yeah.
and I'm really happy to be discussing this with you.
Yeah, totally. Are you on social media? Are you active on it?
Oh, I'm on it 24/7.
Really?
It's really bad. There is good sides and bad sides to social media, but I think that I get both ends of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like last year, my screen time was so high. I
Me
spent
too.
every spare minute on TikTok. I had doom scrolling my life away, and I was like, this year I had to think, and I was like, what am I actually doing? Why am I wasting my time?
Yeah.
Why am I believing everything I see on TikTok? Like, I should not be doing this. What do you think, Kodrian?
Yeah, so before that, I just want to make a disclaimer.
Yeah.
So last week we talked about which age we considered youth. So hopefully I'll be considered youth with this station. Right?
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, just making sense. They said, oh, why he's sitting with youth? But I still feel in a hard youth.
Yes.
And we talked about sometimes a different age for some people, different things. So anyhow, so guys, I'm a
Yeah,
youth.
what
I'm
does your
still-
generation
I'm
use,
still single
Kodrian?
as well.
No, you can. This is not a dating app.
Okay, not that. Okay, about social media. Yeah, I think so. For me. That's a good something. Maybe
Yeah.
you find someone in the law for social
Ah,
media.
are you on Tinder, Kodrian?
Oh, not that one. Yeah, when I arrived to New Zealand, I started knowing where I stand and stuff. And I was thinking it's like a contract for work.
Yeah.
I was really up to it. Then
Yeah.
oh no, it's a different contract. Yeah. So, but
Bless.
no, I hope not. I don't know if maybe my photo will be there, but guys, don't search it up. You can search me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm very active on Instagram.
Can we take a break?
Why?
Hold on. I'm literally crying at this point.
Look, social media,
Yeah.
it's a way of communication. Now is the wall. How much you can say, I want to close it, I want to go that way for it. There will be a way you will need it.
Yeah.
You will need it through, when we say social media, there's email also as part of social media, it's a communications. But also you have to think, is this another alternative of TV? Where
Right.
do you get your news? So, but my things, it's how do you want to use it? Do you want to really watch the good contents that you want to get knowledge from or get something learn out from it?
Totally.
There's a heaps of beautiful channels there.
Yeah.
Or you want to use it in something which we call it waste of time. So I agree of waste of time.
Yeah.
But,
Period.
but other things, no, don't get me wrong. In a love relationship, it's also good if you use it for good reasons. Like there's a lot of communities, it's hard to meet face to face.
Yeah.
So maybe the way is just to search up.
Yeah.
Everything.
And like family overseas during COVID and people can't visit each other, so social media is a
Yeah.
great way of communicating. And definitely it's the way that people utilize it. It's not, you can't say social media as a whole is bad because no, it's not. It wasn't meant to be a place where people can catfish other people and I don't know, be weird as hell. But it's like how you utilize it and use it to actually in a way that serves you, I guess. What do you think about that? Do you
Yeah,
agree?
I really like what you guys were saying, how it really depends on how you use
Yeah.
it. Because, some people are weird on the internet. But, just repeating what you guys said.
I agree.
Because there is, like, Also, just to like expand on that, I feel like you can be influenced.
Yep.
It isn't just how you use it. You can be influenced to use it in a negative light. Because there is definitely like really bad and toxic ideas being
100%
pursued on social media.
Yeah.
And then you can easily be influenced by that. So it is really about self-control too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of our young people are now on social media and they see these other people on social media that put these expectations on them on what their lives should be like. Like, I need to look this way. I need to have this money. I need to be able to do these cool things because this person is. And that is so stupid and that is so crazy because, number one, social media is so fake. And I've learned to realize that. And I've learned that just because some people might be all happy on their Instagram pages, they could be the most, like, biggest losers in real life, okay? They could be the biggest friendless people. Like, don't believe the 3 million follower thing you see. They could have 0 friends in real life, so don't believe it. And as long as you're happy, and as long as you're in a place where you want to be, then don't even care what other people are doing with their lives because there is no comparison. Like, stop comparing. I feel like people have started being like, oh, this person looks like this and I want to look like this person because, like, that's how you should look because that's what social media has taught me. Like, no. Like, what do you guys think about this?
It's so you mentioned a good point. So about influencers, I think we need to recorrect that. Who's the real influencers? There's a lot of people who use social media, for instance, the doctors. I really see them because they give me good contents and knowledge about different diseases, different medicines, how to use. And this, the reality is, you see the other people who get more followers, millions, who just post one poster or something. I don't know what kind of influence is there, but I think we understood the world in a wrong way. But again, all the power is within us, the people, the young people, to redirection to see who is the real influencers. We saw in the COVID-19 who were more people, like it was most needed to be acknowledged, more stories to be out. Everyone else has stopped. Where is the influence there? So the first line, like what they call front line stuff, police and others, these kind of stories, we need to get them more. And others, like you said, I agree with the fakeness in this point about there's a people who just post this kind of vacation stuff, maybe
good for
you.
Just
had a fight until to get there. Who will pay for the bill? You know, there's a lot of things going on. So don't believe on whatever you see, the good life. The good life is up to you, whatever you choose, how you want to be.
Totally.
And
and there's so much just useless, irrelevant stuff. Like, you know how the Oscars just happened? Like, apparently a few celebrities tripped and fell, and that made like the biggest headlines. Like, this celebrity fell at the Oscars. Oh my goodness, the world is going to end. Like, this is shocking. Come on, like, get a life. Things are actually happening in our world, okay? There is so much going on. Nobody cares. And it's like,
they just dramatize it.
I agree. And it doesn't need to be news. Like, it shouldn't be news.
So let me ask you a question while I'm talking. What is the things you like more in social media, and what's something you don't like?
Well, personally, I like getting my news from social media, like places like ReNews, because they give information for young people to stay in touch with what's happening in the world around them without using really big words that nobody understands. And I'm like, oh, am I stupid? Or like, do you just not know how to communicate in a way I'm understanding? And I think social media is really effective for that, where I can actually learn, and it's a platform where I can use to educate myself. But what do you think?
For me, I really like, because I really love advocacy. So I love seeing the people that I care for care about the same things that I do.
Totally.
And seeing them advocate, use their platforms to advocate. I love that about social media. I also love just keeping up with people because I'm a uni student. I don't see everyone on campus every day. So to see their stories and what they're doing. I love keeping up with them. But also it is what you were saying before, it is very easy to put on like a fake persona or act like your life is perfect on social media.
Definitely.
When we're all human. Like, let's just all accept that we're all human. We all go through struggles.
Exactly.
Like, please don't act like you're better than anyone else on
social
media.
Right? Because I'm using Instagram as like my main, because that's the only thing I have at this point. But on Instagram, I can perfectly curate my life to make it seem like I'm this like always happy person, you know, and when people click onto my page, that's what they see, right? They don't really know who I am. They just know this like facade that I put up on social media. So you can't really say that you know me from knowing me on social media, because that's not really who I am. You know, like you actually need to get to know me in person. And I think that social media cuts off a lot of the face-to-face interactions that especially my generation, like I just feel like everyone on social media can be so fake. And I don't even know why I compare myself to people on social media and make myself feel bad when...
But it's also not your fault,
I
because
know.
it is the influence that it has on our generation.
Totally. And like how people have taught me to use it.
Yeah.
And kind of like, oh my gosh, like Kim Kardashian, yay! But,
Yeah. And the beauty standards, like, oh my gosh.
I hate the beauty standards.
No.
Like honestly, I don't even know what they are anymore. I'm so lost.
Yeah.
Like...
They change every second day.
Right.
Every second of the day, actually. Oh my gosh. It is like always fluctuating.
Right.
And like, it is
And
no matter what, the core
Yeah.
of beauty standards
Yeah.
is Eurocentric.
Yeah.
It's white beauty standards.
Yep. And like you're never enough. Like no matter how much you try, like you're just, you know, you're not never gonna be as pretty as those like tall white blonde girls.
Yeah.
And like, okay. Also like the trends on social media, like
Oh
especially the
my
clothing
God.
trends.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was this really.
Was it the mafia one you were talking about?
Oh, I don't.
Mafia wife?
Oh,
Aesthetic?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, definitely there's that. And then also like different fashion trends,
Yeah.
literally promoting fast fashion. Because one influencer posts themselves wearing the ugliest outfit, and suddenly everyone goes and buys this horrifying, disgusting.
And it's from Shein.
Always from Shein.
And it's like, Shein is so bad for fast
Okay,
fashion
can we talk
industry.
about Shein
Yes,
right now?
Yes.
Like child labor, and people are like, oh my gosh, it's cheap, and the quality is like, it's not that great. It's like, all right, but why do you think that is? Because the little children making your product right now. Can you not invest in some good clothes that are made ethically?
Yeah, but it's also like there's a different end of the spectrum where people, it is only the only thing that people can afford.
That's true.
So it is like, where do
Like,
we go?
it's hard.
Where do we go from here? We never win.
I know. They want us to be sustainable, but being sustainable is so expensive. But then we also can't buy cheap stuff because that stuff is fast fashion and that stuff is child labor. I'm just not going to wear clothes at this point. Like, what? I'll just wear a bed sheet and just start walking around because I give up. Like, I genuinely give up.
Yeah, just wear it like around like a dress. Yeah.
Like
period.
toga 24/7.
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
wait, did you want to talk about gossiping? Was that what?
Oh my God, I actually really did. Like, okay. What is your relationship with like gossiping? Like, do you come from a community or where people do gossip, or?
I think it is very low energy, but it is also somewhere that you can like get stuck in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like I definitely grew up in a community where so many people
I
gossip.
get you.
And like, I mean, I think there's a certain line where it's okay to gossip about things that people may have done, but not necessarily about people. Like, I don't believe in the use of like shit talking someone or their lives, but like, if there was this guy that did this really shitty thing to another girl and I'm talking about it and I'm like, oh no, that is not it, that is not, you are a red flag, then I would talk about it.
That's like a warning.
Right?
So there's like there's a good part to gossiping.
Yeah, like I feel like gossiping is definitely a way of communicating as well, and like a way of bonding. And like I love doing it with my girls, you know, but
it's like stuff that you want to tell your girlfriends,
right?
Because you want to give them that warning, like, oh, this guy did this.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah.
What is your relationship with gossiping, Kodrian? Like, do you do it? Like, do you know anyone who?
Look, I don't know what you were talking about, but maybe you were gossiping about me. I just grabbed the pizza.
we were talking about you and your
dating apps.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys talking about gossiping? I think it's a bad thing. So I don't know. I never do that, and it's just not nice.
It's not. Yeah, we were talking about
told them in the face.
Totally.
Or call them. I mean, in a way, actually, if you have something in the person, just call them in a way.
Yeah.
But if you talk good in other people's, it's a part of gossiping, but maybe in a good way. Yeah.
Gossiping in a good way. Wow.
Wow.
I don't know that could. Maybe I should start. I'll be like, oh, Kodrian is so cool, don't you think? Like, oh my gosh.
Because I think if we do that way, that's a good, because sometimes maybe, let's say if I tell you a story, or maybe you know my niece, maybe I'm looking for a job.
Yeah.
maybe this is a way, because when you go asking for someone else, you talk about my story in a good way, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking if we call it gossiping.
Yeah.
This way, that would be good to talk in this way.
I was talking about how like a lot of communities use gossip as a form of just like communication. Yeah. Like, oh, did you know this person did this? Like I definitely, like I guess my relationship with gossiping is that I try not to do it because I know it's bad, but also like I wouldn't mind a little bit of it, like harmless gossip. I don't want to be the gossip, but I don't mind doing it, you know? It's just kind of weird. Like, but people that just gossip on social media and like cyberbullying, all that's just like an automatic no. That is such a red flag.
Oh yeah. On social media, but I also look, it could be a place, very dangerous place, if you really take whatever is there for you, but don't take it like that. People posting for the sake of posting, people posting for the sake to be famous, or arguments, stuff like that. So there's a lot of hate content, a lot of terrible things in the social media can damage you, damage your culture, damage your thinking if you go deep. But also there is other response. You can actually get to other side of the content that is actually they are much better than why you engage with other one. So it could be something like social media of how to use it, what contents you will access. Do you want to access the contents that really made your day? Yeah. Or you want to get more depressed? And it's a very open space. It's not very hard to control. Yeah. But your decision as a people searching, it's always in your hand what kind of things. So you argue, I think we suppose just go voiceofaroha will be good things.
do you know what scares me about social media? Like you could put something up on the internet or for everyone to see and it's always there. Like it's always going to be there no matter how hard you try to hide it or bury it. Like it can come out still and can haunt you. And so that's why I try to be so careful of like what I post and how I like portray myself to the world, because if I put something on there that is just not the vibe, it's always going to be there. And like my future employers, my future friends or whatever, they're going to see this, they're going to be like, what is this girl doing with her life? Like absolutely not.
Yeah,
no.
Digital footprint, is that what you're
right?
talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Because apparently like if you're trying to get hired, people can check your digital footprint. Right. I didn't know that. So I made my accounts private, deactivated my Snapchat. I was like, hell no. I made a LinkedIn account, okay? I don't know why I'm 16 and I have LinkedIn. Like I feel like but I was like, if an employer is going to be stalking me, I'd much rather them stalk my LinkedIn than find my like voiceofaroha reels on Instagram from like 2019. I don't know. I was like, but definitely. Yeah.
No, I think that's a good point. But there is now a lot of policies changing social media company, taking it into how you control your content, how much can be shown in the public, how much not. I think there was also a good initiative, I really forgot the name. If you subscribe or something, they will delete everything else in your whole internet. Yeah. So it was cool initiatives. I found it in Shark Tank.
Oh, I love Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Yeah, I love it.
So he was talking about like how it's important, like if you really don't know what you post when you were this kind of, because come on, it's years going, we didn't even know what I have said before 10 years ago or something like that. So that one will do like a complete research. Totally, and take it all out from the internet, which is great things. Yeah.
Okay, question. If you had kids, what age would you let them get social media, and would you even let them?
Good question.
I don't think I will let them have social media.
Good. Yeah.
I think that is just way too toxic for for our youth.
I agree.
Including us.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
Yeah, but I also feel like they'll want it for communication and because of the pressure. If they don't have it or their friends have
Everyone else has it, right? Like why? Yeah.
But I would just encourage them to see that it is really toxic for them.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Oh, good question. Yeah. Well, for me, I think there will be limit some at a certain age, and which platform I need to allow them first. Yeah. Maybe, for instance, if I know this platform is really terrible under control and stuff, some of them, I may not allow them until a certain age, but it will be okay, for instance, on a few of them for the sake of communication. Yeah. Or now there is a features of Instagram now that you can have a parent access control. Oh, right. So, you know, I think the other things is all depend on the relationship. Yeah. If you have a good relationship, there's always not should be no to the kids. Yeah. If you have a good relationship and give them good civil education about why I'm not allowing you to have this until this. If they accept that, I think that will be the win and the biggest things you don't need to afraid.
Be open and honest about it, definitely.
So it will be hard to determine which age, but you need to have a good agreement with them and talk.
Totally.
You can't avoid it because otherwise they may create a fake account. That's really dangerous, right?
Yeah. Yep. Strict parents raise sneaky kids, guys. But
communication. I changed my answer. Communication.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, I get what you said about how there's so much pressure on everyone to have social media because you always have to constantly be scrolling and know what's happening and know what's going on. And so, but I feel like when I was younger and I had TikTok, my parents would be strongly against it and they'd be like, don't go on it. And now these things that felt like a punishment to me, like why they're not letting me use my phone or go on social media, these are things that I now have to do for my own mental health. Like I deleted TikTok. I limit my time on Instagram because it sucks sometimes, and it can make you feel bad and like you're not worthy when that's not true. And I think definitely,
but you also, it's really good to know how much time you're using it. Because it could be addictive, very addictive.
Very addictive,
That's a problem as well, so it's good. How much time and for what purposes are you use? It's okay to something like you guys previously mentioned, check the friends, check different pages, advocacies and stuff, see what's going on in the community, cool stuff, events, opportunities, scholarship. Because now you don't forget these channels are heavily used by many organizations and companies. Everything now you go to apply for a job, for instance, to go online. When you go to online, check on us. So way or another, you have to go back on this. But in this case scenario, we're talking about youth, right? The youth is always good to be. They have a limited time of this world we call social media, and use the rest of the time in the real world. So maybe if you spend the 4 hours in a day, which is maybe a lot,
so much,
right? There's a 2 hours to 4 max in social media between not like after each other, but in time, then you need to double that into like a real life. Because in social media, I might go there, there's cool events here. It's better that why spend the rest of the time searching the others? Why I schedule it and I can join the event. I can meet cool people. I can learn something. And that make the experience much more real.
I think social media has definitely taken away our appreciation of just existing and living and like going outside and experiencing this whole ass world because we're so stuck on our digital world and what's happening in other people's lives that we're not focused on our own, which we should be because we need to make the most of our lives. We need to be grateful. We need to be in the moment and present. And social media can definitely distract us from that and take that joy of being human and existing away from us, which we should not be giving social media the power to do that and have that hold on us.
Because so many people live their lives vicariously through others in social media. So then it feels like you're living your life, but really you're not because you're on your phone and you just really need to go out and connect. That's also advice for myself. So I need to take that.
I know. Sorry.
Good point. Live life of others, right? That will bring us a question when people ask, "What's your hero?" What will be the answer? If I ask you guys, "What will be your hero?" Let's say from social media world, do you think there will be kind of a hero you follow from social media? Or let's say, what would be the most things that could be influence that I would love to follow on social media?
I mean, I follow like a lot of affirmation pages and like pages that make me feel good about myself. And they're like, today's a great day to be grateful about all the blessings you have in your life. And I'm like, I needed that reminder. Like, that's good. Thank you for telling me that. And I think people or like pages that are not trying to make me feel behind in my own life, because that's impossible to be behind in your own life, and that just make me feel good, because sometimes I'll just be scrolling on my reels on Instagram and I think it's like instant dopamine, right? Like I can just open it and I feel happy watching it, but it's just not good. It's like toxic. And I don't know if you know Jay Shetty, but he's this podcast host. He interviews a lot of really cool people. And he said, I'm going to ask you this question. He said, when you wake up, would you let 100 people walk into your bedroom? Like the first thing, as soon as you wake up in the morning, would you let 100 people walk through your door? Like, would you?
No.
No. So then why do we open our phones and start scrolling instantly? Because we're literally what we're doing. We're letting all these people come into our brains and like make us think a certain way. And it kind of just, I don't know, but I thought that was really insightful and a great way to look at it. And so I'm definitely trying to limit my social media in the mornings. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wake up and then I'm going to have something to eat. And then social media is not that important. Like, you need to learn how to make yourself unavailable. You do not have to be on social media every second of your life. Like, it's not going to fall apart if you're not there. And you just need to know that it's okay to not be active on social media 24/7 because there's more to the world than knowing what other people are doing with their lives.
Come back, guys.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of break. The conversation was so cool.
Agree.
Sorry. Okay, I think, look, let's talk a little bit about really the positive side of social media, maybe, because one of them is, look, like voiceofaroha.
Yeah. Okay. Get your promotion in there.
Just promote it because that's the thing. We use the platform to amplify the voices, to reach out, talk about different topics. We bring also different guests and stuff. But this is something for me that not only us but other platforms who do the podcasts, who help community, who build positivity, who reduce hate, who make more livable society, who create people better chance and hope.
Yeah.
This is kind of things we need to see more.
Definitely.
As a response, I think we need to increase this more. As a response to the other contents. As much we do more of this, the other contents hopefully will be get down. But you know, guys, what is the problem? People search for problem in social media to get viral, to get trends.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Why? Why would search something like that? Why that kind of content go more? You may see a lot of the podcasts on YouTube. They talk about finance.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to reach and they talk in a way. Life is just 2 days. I did this.
Yeah.
And they sit up and the cigarettes and they. When you look at the comments, I mean, they in a way, even everything's tell you that your money is really dirty. They can't come convince me you sell some few bitcoins and did this.
Yeah.
Well, how you do it? Can you tell me exactly the plan? Then when you go to their details, sign up to the course. And when you sign up to the course, it's a rubbish course. Take it from me. Don't do this, guys.
Yeah.
Kodran's been scammed before.
No, they tried to scam, but I never.
But he didn't, guys.
Yeah. Well, do you know? Seriously?
Yeah.
That's why I'm afraid from a lot of young people who think they want to get rich quickly. Yeah. There's a way. That's a good enthusiasm, but there's a lot of ways to educate yourself for free. A lot of good stuff, contents that you know how the finance work. It's very important. Yeah. But following some other people's opinions, some other people's telling you do this, do that. Yeah. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know your journey. Yeah. All is not. But everything is possible. But I think is we need to also choose. There's a lot of great podcasters who talk about finance. I love that. But there's a lot of them on opposite who just really show off. And
not hating on the finance bros. We love you guys.
Of course. No. I'm serious. That's my number one thing in YouTube. Yeah. You will see me watching a lot of learning things that I can get idea. And I also look at the ways, read other books. What is the possible things? Yeah. But also in content, there's some of them I really wasted 1 hour listening to this dude and he's just telling me you get a millionaire and stuff. Yeah, and definitely. Their life, you know that millions of the money they bring, it doesn't come that easy. They did some way. Then now they become a great podcasters. People follow them. That's the thing. Once you become a name in social media, even sorry for this, whatever you say, dude, people will believe it. Yeah, they will just think. Thing. That's why I think the rule of once you become influencer, the rule of using platform, we need to have better guidance in there. We are not talking about freedom of speech. Yeah. But there's the things. It's how much you are contributing to the goodness of society. Definitely, yeah. If there's a badness of society, why I need that content? Yeah. What kind of freedom is there? I don't know. This is my opinion. Okay. What do you guys think?
What do you think about following, this whole concept of following someone or like following this person, following this group? I honestly, personally, I think it's stupid. Like, if I am looking at my followers, I used to care so much. Like, every time I posted my story, I get unfollowed by like 3 people. Oh, don't worry. I used to care so much. I was like, why are they unfollowing me? Like, I need to stop posting. Like, and my whole social media became about what other people wanted to see and not what I wanted to post. Like if I don't know, if I took a mirror selfie where I thought it was really cute, I would not post it because I was like, oh, is this what everyone else wants to see? And I would stop posting for myself. But now I don't look at it as like followers. I just think, oh, friends, like cute. And if you want to be here, you can be here. Otherwise you can get out and I don't care. Yeah. But what do you think about following?
With following, I think for me, because I like to follow a lot of women who have similar experiences with me and like they've made it out into the world and are succeeding, like that inspires me.
That's fair.
But also it does come down to self-control where you can be negatively influenced by them, where you can feel insecure by them. Like sometimes it'll be like I feel uplifted by them, but then another day I open social media, I feel insecure. Yeah. So it really depends on your following and what you're feeding your mind with.
Totally.
And also like just staying off social media if you're having a bad day.
I get it.
Just taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I just was thinking about the following. Again, as a point of who you're following here, the good one. But they also, then sometimes you open up your Instagram, your followers is down or the others. Because, I don't know, some people you see they deactivated their account. So you don't get it like personal. It's just people have different things. They decided to go away for a time and then come back. Yeah, I think I don't really now. I don't care about how many followers I have.
No, neither,
or who I am following. But if I follow people, sometimes I do check with them. If I find them in the ground, hey, it's been a long time. I didn't see you. What is happening in your world? Everything's okay. So I would love to meet them in person. But I don't really like. Yeah, my numbers just go up and down in a day. But I don't know what's exactly happening. It look like some youth some young people who create a lot of accounts and I don't know, but I don't really get attention to numbers. So following, I get attention. If I love the contents, I like it. I give my support. The other things is we need to know now social media has become a work, become a job, become a revenue, a lot of money. It's coming through the social media when you're supporting good contents. I love that.
Yeah,
any good contents, you will see me. I follow the page. I give them a like. Even sometimes, if I like a comment, that's the way you support. When we say in social media, what kind of you support is just by that kind of activities.
Yeah.
So this is my way. How I follow the people I love. I want them to keep going, increasing their numbers because we understand now. If it's my cool, they may make it more a sponsor, better things to keep going. When I see the other one, sometimes I really do block some contents because I don't want that. The other things you need to maybe guys, when social media watch something, it's come to you as advertisements. So close that
algorithm.
Algorithm. So it's really crazy. Like the other day, I was searching for traveling. Everywhere that's telling me. So they want to suggest me the dates and things to do in the other cities. I said, wow, this is how it works.
I know my friend's sister got married a couple of weeks ago and I was a bridesmaid, and so I started liking like a lot of wedding videos and all my videos like best places to get married, and I was like, no, not me like show me something different. But I think like Instagram and like social media in general know what they're doing. The algorithm knows what they're doing when they're like make your page specifically one thing, and it's like, oh. Back from our break, and we are joined by Charlotte as well. How are you, Charlotte?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Thank you so much for having me this evening.
Love to have you, and I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking. So, we've been talking a lot about social media today and how we utilize it and the way we view it and how people in our generations use it. Do you use social media, and what are your just general thoughts about it?
Very interesting question. Yes, I do use social media. I'm actually quite an active person on social media because in my part-time job I work with students at ETC English Teaching College. So I try to connect with my students a lot on social media. I found it's a way to really build rapport with my students and engage with them. I also have like a lot of friends and family in different countries, so I find it a great way to keep in contact with people. But I definitely do see the limitations and the challenges with social media.
Definitely. That was a beautiful answer. We were talking about how it definitely has its pros and cons, and being able to connect with people and like have that relationship with people that you don't get to see every day is a great way to use social media. I agree. Codrian, did you want to kick us off with what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
On the same topic?
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I think, look, Charlotte, thank you for joining.
Not a problem. Thank
what
you
you
so
have
much.
just said is a good example to use. That's what I think. It's connecting with the students, connecting with family and friends overseas. So when people created this platform, there was a good reasons behind it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like any initiative when we're now talking about, let's say, solving climate change issues and all that. We need to use those kind of platforms for good of people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you will have other people that can use it for different purposes. So
Totally.
what we do, we need to increase the education around it, the awareness, the security side of it.
Definitely.
Not only for young people, I think for even the older people.
Yeah.
How do you think, guys, on your experience, do you have any, let's say, elders or in family, or have you been in touch with anyone who how to use it? What do you find?
I think for me, WhatsApp is the biggest social media platform that my family uses. I will get a million messages a day from all these different family group chats, and they'll send the randomest things like, this guy cut bread in half and found a worm. Okay. Like, I don't know. But they also spread so much fake news as well. Like, honestly, people don't even know what's real or what's fake, but it doesn't stop them from forwarding it to every single person they know. Because, I mean, it's just how they're using it. But I think, definitely WhatsApp.
So, serious question.
Yeah.
All of this was serious.
Oh, all of them were serious. What do you think?
I mean, the question is, what do you think is the rule of the youth to play when you see a fake news? How do you think we need to?
But the thing is, Codrian, how do you know it's fake? Because
that's the thing.
It's so hard to differentiate fake news from real news, and we're not really taught how to know what's legit and what's completely false. And so it's really hard to not share something that might look so true because of the way that this social media account is convincing you, because it's so like realistic, but it could be the most false fake thing ever. But it's so hard to be able to tell.
Yeah, it's really hard. Unfortunately, there was some fake news recently in regards to my work and work and income. A lot of clients thought that there was some benefit changes, but it was a website who actually had falsified the whole thing. So we had to advise them that this is completely false and it's not actually from the Ministry of Social Development at all. But unfortunately, it did spread a lot around the community. It made people very worried. So that was probably the biggest example. People in different countries, they may view things as true because their family members have actually sent it to them.
Definitely.
There, are things, sometimes there's caution about like issues for children. There was something a few years ago in regards to a challenge, the Momo challenge, where people thought that their children could be killed easily.
I know what you're talking about
as well. And it like caused a lot of concern in society, and it all spread, I think, through WhatsApp in different countries.
Definitely. I think, when you're talking about youth role in social media and this fake news thing, I guess using your judgment, and if you see something and you're like, that doesn't quite sit right, then don't just instantly go around and share it. Like, do your research. Think, use your brains. You have one for a reason. I mean, common sense is not always that common, but sometimes you have to use your judgment and think, like, is this something that people are going to benefit from reading? If I put this out into the world, if I share this, if I spread this around, is it actually helping anyone? What do you think, Maria? Do you think?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of, like, false.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
tell
Yeah,
what's
agree.
fake and what's real. But something that I learned in history is
Yeah.
always going through the sources. And
Yeah.
Oh,
going, like,
definitely.
because most of it can be like word of mouth. Like this person said it, then this person
Yes.
this
Yeah.
person said it. And it's so important to like go to where the primary source is.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
And, yeah, that's what I
And-
learned in history, guys. So.
That is
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it would be good to see more. What do you think, guys, about educational courses, or maybe people don't
Definitely.
like? Do you think like we need more campaign awareness about how
That's
to use
so important.
social media
Yeah.
at certain stage for
Yeah.
youth?
I reckon
Or what do you
not
think?
dictating to them how they should
Yeah.
use it, like use it for this, use it this
Yeah.
way,
Yeah, yeah.
but tell them how they can
Identify
Yeah.
the fake.
Yes.
protect
True,
their
so-
peace and their well-being
Exactly.
while still
right.
being on social media and not falling
Yeah.
into the traps of doom scrolling and all of that, and how they can limit their
Yeah.
time and use it and just use it like a normal human being, maybe 1 hour a
Yeah.
day, and not comparing yourselves to everyone
Yeah,
on social
yeah.
media,
Oh,
and then just
definitely.
moving on with your life, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Maybe having like some interactive discussions within
Mm.
schools with role playing and scenarios, but also using the experiences of students can be really helpful.
Yeah,
I really
totally.
like the point that you discussed about comparing yourselves to others. That's something personally, but I've
Yeah.
really struggled with, and it's caused me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, definitely.
I've gotten like frustrated a few years ago in regards to the job market, feeling that I wasn't good enough, and when I was trying to get a house, seeing other people with houses, it put even more pressure on
Yeah.
me. So it happens to a lot of people. Some
It
of my
does.
friends have told me that they struggle with that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, have
absolutely.
any of you struggled with that before?
Definitely, yeah, that's what we were talking about in the first half, how we feel like there's all these unrealistic expectations
Yes.
that are put on us that we have to meet. But honestly, who is
Yeah.
creating these standards, and why do we
Exactly,
need to
yeah.
try conform to them? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's things, and
Yeah.
we're not all the same, and
No.
we stop acting like we're all perfect. Yeah, go on.
People hate individualism.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
People,
do.
you want to be like the same person. Everyone wants to be like
Yeah.
the same person, but why aren't we celebrating uniqueness?
I know.
You're
It's
right.
so crazy.
Yeah.
When you're being yourself, no one likes it. When
Yeah.
you're
That's right.
fitting the
Yeah,
the standard,
When you're being
suddenly everyone likes
fake
it.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
going with the trends and like
Yeah.
when you're considered cool, then everyone likes
Yeah.
it. But I like this whole idea. I hope that we move more into it. Just being who you
I
are,
know.
fully authentic on social media,
Yeah.
and
So important.
letting people who no longer want to follow you leave. Okay, letting
Yeah.
all those haters just go on and carry on with their lives.
Yeah.
Because if they care enough to spread hate and like they take the time out of their day to do it,
yeah.
then you know the people that don't have a life, and it's not me, it's them. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I would say. Yeah.
like there's certain standards. Like me as a New Zealand European girl,
Mm.
people expect me to enjoy drinking alcohol and
Yeah.
going out to club
Mhm.
events, but
Yeah.
that is not an interest
That's
of
not
mine.
you,
And it's
yeah.
like they were really surprised when I was at university and I still lived at home with my family. They didn't understand it and asked me a lot of questions about that. It's like there's a lot of stereotypes,
Totally.
unfortunately.
There's a lot of stereotypes for like POC
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
It's so hard to
Mhm.
be. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No.
Because we do have to conform to.
Yeah, it's like we're only pretty
Yeah.
if we're like actually trying to be pretty. We're not pretty if we're just existing, and we're not worthy unless we hold a certain title, have a certain position, or look a certain way.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit. You can cut that out. I'm sorry, but for the lives, I had to say it. But it is total bullshit. So yeah,
It is.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
Oh wow, this is really good. How are we doing? We have 2 minutes, I think, to close. But look, everything we're talking, I think we need to do one more episode because now we're also
Definitely.
learning AI, how it's impacting the fake news.
Yes.
Which is so
Totally.
crazy, right? But again, like AI, there are really a lot of
Yeah.
apps and tools that are so great to help a lot of things make it
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of them now. It is making very hard
It
for
is.
Yeah.
people to identify the fake and things.
AI is scary.
It is.
It's
It's
scary.
really
Terrifying. Yeah.
So that could be maybe a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
keen.
Cool.
But
That'd
I
be so
think that's a wrap for
interesting.
this one. So thank you everyone for coming
Yeah.
to our youth talk. We hope you learned a bit more about social media, the pros and the cons, and why we're not against it. But we're also saying be careful while you're using it, be mindful, and don't
Yeah.
let it consume your life. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Have a great evening and follow us on social media. Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye.